But now we are live, hopefully. Welcome back, baby boys, to the Ballin' with the Boys podcast. Too many B's to start off. Start off with attendance. Sauce Daddy is here. Check it off. Afterburner.
Yeah, here.
Ballin' Shandy.
Present.
Oh my gosh, everybody is here today. Nobody's late.
On time.
That's two weeks in a row, I think.
Baby
wow, that's
boy.
like a record.
You were late last week.
Oh yeah, you were late.
I wasn't.
Get out of here.
We're going to start at 5. I can't be there till 5:30.
Oh.
Oh. We don't talk about
Not
it.
even punctual. Sports ball.
Sports ball. Hell yeah.
What are we, a bloody freaking primetime game? Always starting late? Taking forever to start? I swear to God. All right. So, it has been...
start off right with news.
Do we? All right. News. I don't got any. Do you got any?
I lost in one fantasy league, and I won in another fantasy league.
Yeah, because you trash. I could possibly win into.
I trusted Drew Brees and the Saints, and that was my fault. Should have just stuck with my guns with Patrick Mahomes, but I didn't. He got me 29 points on my bench, which is pretty sad.
Yeah, dude, your bench was killing it, bro.
Oh, they were. Christian Kirk, 31 points. Patrick Mahomes, 29 points. I was like, wow, this really looks pretty good.
Imagine if you would have started one of them. You would have been a freaking legend, bro. But now instead of being a legend, you're history. Bo, put it on the freaking tagline. That's like freaking Legends of Tomorrow, Season 5. That's what they're going to say. All right, thank you. And that was my nerd was showing. But here we're back. Talking sports ball. We're talking sports ball. Oh, I wanted to say before we started, I don't know how it happens or if it's actually something you get awarded, but or if it's just perseverance because it takes a long time to get on that app. But Andy's other podcast, Dorks Next Door, is on Spotify.
Oh, we are, man. We are on Spotify. We already have like 5 plays on Spotify. So shout out to those 5.
Yes, I'm one of them.
Because I'm always on Spotify looking for podcasts.
Yeah, don't worry.
You should go to the Dorks Next Door, which is the greatest.
You know what? I will.
Podcast of all time. Seth Rollins is showing a little bit, but that's fine. We're podcast of all time.
Wait, you're an arsonist now? Why is Seth Rollins here?
We're burning it down.
Not talking about that just yet.
Burning down the charts.
Burning down the ratings. No one's watching.
Nobody's.
All right. I got some news. NCAA is going to suspend Ohio State's Chase Young for getting a loan from a family friend because they are evil fascist tyrants.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, damn.
I was like, what?
Just to pay for his girlfriend's, was it like Airbnb or something like that, so she could watch him at like his greatest game that he was going to play.
Yeah. What a terrible guy. What a criminal is what I would say.
Suspend him.
Yeah, get him out of here. We don't need that. Bro, you know
Even though this is going to be fine like in a year or so, but now get him out.
Get him out of here. You know how it's going to be just fine? Like, it probably has been fine for other people. He just happened to get caught. Yeah. Maybe he's just good, so people found out. But just a family friend. I don't even know, like, why is that bad? Can you not borrow money?
Well, they're also saying that I think his name's like James Wiseman, the #1 overall player for this year. That could be like #1 draft pick in the NBA next year. Is ineligible to play because somebody paid for a sandwich one time.
What the heck?
So which one is it? Is it both things? Like they're just trying to punish both of those people?
Yeah.
That's stupid. They're dumb.
Yeah, it is.
And I hate how everybody gets on their high horse when they start talking about this stuff. Oh, he should have known this. Blah blah blah. Like, shut up.
Fuck you.
He's you don't know what his family's going through.
Most of these athletes are like trying to get to the league as fast as possible to take care of their family. Yeah. And so, why can't they get compensated for the money they bring into these universities? Like, how much do you think LSU and Alabama made off their game Saturday?
More than any of them. More than any of them will ever make, besides Tua Tamatanga.
Exactly, and Joe Burrow, because I think Burrow's going to be.
Oh, now he just. That was also the game for the #1 overall pick.
Yes, it was.
It's not
only for the Heisman and the #1 pick.
Yeah, it was for all the marbles, and boy, he showed up and showed out.
He did.
Hey.
Very nice. And did everybody else forget that we saw his butt a couple weeks ago? Because I sure did it.
That was the shining moment.
How could I forget it?
How could I forget that nice butt? Thank you. That's a Heisman moment.
That's the hardest moment.
But yeah, I just hate it. I hate all that NCAA stuff. It's for glory and blah blah blah. Shut up. Then why did the universities make all this money then? So then why do they keep it? Why don't they just give it? They got all that glory. Why do they need? Why do they need all that money still? What happened to the glory? I just hate that. I hate it so much. And it's just Tim Tebow over here drinking the Kool-Aid.
I don't think they need to get paid like a ridiculous amount of money. But like they need to be able to like live. You know what I mean? Like it's 100%.
It's just I just feel like it's a lot of people controlling a lot of people that have no idea what they're going through.
It's the people that didn't get paid that are mad that now going to start getting paid.
Sorry. Sorry, bro.
You should be happy that they're getting paid now because you went through that struggle. Like,
look,
it should just be like, all right, hell yeah, like this is a change.
We all love a good ramen noodles, but only on occasion, and it tastes better when it's not the only thing in the house.
Exactly.
It's better when it's the choice, not the force.
Exactly. It's better. It always goes down a little more smooth when it's this or air. So, anyways, what were we talking about? I think I had some other stuff.
News. The new Tony Romo, Matthew Stafford hurting his back.
All right, I don't need any of that noise. I don't like anything that you're saying. It just implies a lot, and I don't appreciate any of it.
No, you were saying they're similar, right? Running for their lives, always getting tackled, and then back injuries.
I don't remember Tony Romo ever having a freaking Megatron, but I could be mistaken. When the heck was that? And don't even dare say Dez. Don't say he's good.
And oh my God. Didn't he have both? Like a 1-2 punch?
Yeah, Witten's great, but
Witten's a beast.
But you can definitely tell there's a speed issue.
When you're as big as him, you don't need speed. You can just
run your body.
Well, guess what? He's a good sized guy. Like he's big for a normal person. But when I watch the Cowboys and I see Kyle Rudolph on the other side, I'm like, yeah, Jason Witten doesn't look like that.
It's a different kind of man.
And I trust me, I love Jason Witten. He's one of the first men I've ever fell in love with. Jason Witten.
I'm sure he cried when he scored his first touchdown this year again.
Dude, I was tearing up for sure. I was so happy for him. And now I'm just like, get open. But I totally understand. And it's just Kyle Rudolph. You guys want to cover that guy or not? But yeah, Matthew Stafford, that sucks. Detroit Lions, it looks. I don't know why you guys are still in that. Your fans are still in that abusive relationship. Nothing's ever gonna change. You guys should just leave.
You guys should just leave.
But I just know he's gonna feel fine on Sunday, and he's gonna be back to play against the Cowboys. He's gonna have the game of his life.
Greatest game of his life.
And I'm just gonna.
For like 500 yards.
I'm just gonna cry, and football's stupid, and I don't even like it. And then the Eagles are gonna beat the Patriots somehow. And the Cowboys are going to be out of first place.
The first step is acceptance, Nico, and I'm glad you're there already. All right, before it even happened. Dude, I'm glad.
I live here in acceptance. I'm
still not accepting what happened this past Sunday, but
I am.
It's a dream.
I could see it. I saw it. I had the foresight.
I'm living in an alternate universe. I came into some other
darkest timeline. This is it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, this was a great timeline this week for us. So.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get out of here.
I don't know who Patrick Mahomes is.
How dare you? He is Jesus. He is the Lord and Savior in these parts.
Texas.
In Lubbock, Texas. He is. That is. I'm wearing my Texas Tech shirt right now. Raider power.
If you don't have a framed picture of Patrick Mahomes outside your house, they will egg it.
It's probably because nobody lit the candle underneath the picture. And that's why this has happened. So we're going to jump into NCAA before we get into too much into football. I know why Justin brings up Tony Romo. Like, it's not it's always going to be too soon. I still miss him. I watched some highlights of him like a week ago.
You get to hear him every Sunday. What do you mean you miss him?
Oh, I know. But it's not enough. I need more. And I saw so many comparisons. They're like, oh, bro, like, how could they waste Dak's performance tonight? And they're like, bro, they did it to Romo for a decade. And I'm like,
yeah, why are you complaining about that now?
I was just like, I'm just sad. All I know is that I'm sad.
I think all Dak did yesterday was secure his money.
I think so too, but we're getting to that when we talk about the NFL. NCAA, a game that I did not even know both of these teams were still undefeated. Minnesota versus Penn State.
That was a good game, man.
Minnesota hasn't been 9-0 since 1904. And you want to know what their first game was in 1904? It was against Twin City High School. They played a high school team their first game.
We're going to wreck them.
They won 120. They won 127 to nothing.
Oh, damn. You got to intimidate those.
But don't worry, those high schoolers played for glory.
But their quarterback made some.
Did they have to
nice
pay the school something?
I have no idea.
It's like, why are we doing this? Why would you do this to us?
I don't know. It's like when the UFC began, how they didn't have weight classes and stuff.
Yeah.
So this is just like the college football equivalent of that. It's like, yeah, fucking play the fucking junior high team. They suck. Boo.
Why do you have a new car?
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up and go play.
Go play.
That's crazy. I didn't watch that game, but I did watch the LSU versus Alabama game, and it looked like a shutout that first half. But then somehow, the coaching is good, obviously, and then they came back a little bit, but then LSU was just too good.
Yep.
That running back juked out some guy so bad with the spin move.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it was nasty. Yeah. It was like towards the end of the fourth quarter. Freaking got the outside, I think it was like corner defensive end came around the corner. The guy just spun, whoop, and then he was in for the touchdown.
See, this has been like a really weird year for this is a really weird year for college football. Because like Alabama's normally like the defense, but their defense is trash this year.
It's still a piece of garbage.
Yeah, but the offense is normally like, let's just run the ball the entire game and just beat the crap out of you. And now they can't run the ball very well. Tua finally showed up in the second half. First half, he looked like he looked really, really, really rough in the first half.
It looks like he was already on the Dolphins.
He was just practicing for that.
Yeah. He's just like, you guys still want the first picks for the next couple of years, right?
One crazy moment that did happen in that game was like I think it was they're down 14 or something like that with like 2 minutes left, and Alabama had the ball. So they're like, the announcer was like, okay, you're just gonna play it like LSU's gonna play a little bit deep, so that way they don't get anything crazy play like right off the bat or like a minute left. Yeah. So they're like, okay, they're gonna play it back and let them run out the clock. No, they play man up, freaking right on the face, and the LSU guy looks at his own side trying to see what the play is going to happen. They call it, and boom, this guy gets burned for like a 60-yard touchdown on the first play with like a minute left.
I think it was like 5 yards, and then they put themselves in a position to win, and then it was just
they had to get the onside for sure. Yeah, but it was like, what are you doing? Why are you playing man with like a minute left? Like, you're going to play zone or something, you come up to the ball. I don't know what kind of call was that, but yeah, he got burned, and for like a 60-yard touchdown,
I think
he got it
burned
super
like
close.
I think he burned like a time too, like that.
Yeah, I don't remember what, but that guy.
But it was
nasty. It was dumb. It was a dumb play.
It was dumb.
Yes, it was.
Stupid.
I saw a statistic the other day that like blew my mind. This was Alabama's 5th loss at home under Nick Saban, and he has 5 national championships as well. So like he has as many home losses as he does national championships.
So he's not. He's crying himself to sleep in bed with all of his championships still.
With all 5 championships, yes.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, boy, LSU, we're still gonna make it in, bitch.
What number are they? I didn't even see if they fell far or not.
They're third. It comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, I was about to say it hasn't come out yet.
I think they'll drop out. I think they'll probably be like 5th or 6th.
Yeah,
and Penn State lost, right?
Yeah,
because they were number 4.
Yeah,
and they lost.
And everybody was just like, how? And everybody was just like, how could you leave Clemson out? And then the college football committee is just like, it's all going according to plan. Look,
well, they'll be in no matter what anyway, unless they lose, because Ohio State and Penn State would still have to play each other, which is 1 and 4, and then obviously LSU and Alabama played. It's like 2 of those teams were going to lose anyway.
Yeah, they knew exactly what they were doing.
Like, we got this. It's all right. Whatever.
They're like, yeah. We're not going off of last year. They'll still.
No, not at all.
This is college football. We love dynasties. just can't
And
get
then
enough
I
of
saw
them.
what other game? I saw the Longhorns versus Kansas State game. The Longhorns actually came back and won, or came and won. It was pretty good. I like that game. They won it at the last second. I think they did. It was third down or something like that, and they were gonna give them 30 seconds left, or something like that. And they did a formation. I don't know if they did it on purpose. They did
Oh, no, not a formation.
No, like an illegal formation so they can get the penalty. They ran the ball to run some clock off, and then they called the penalty for an illegal formation, and then they were able to just stop the clock with 3 seconds left to kick the field goal to win it at the end. Don't know if that would happen or not. Don't know if that's rules, something like that, but they won at the end.
Flag, 2 flags.
2 flags.
2 flags. How did they do that? Why did they do that?
But yeah, they won. Texas is back, baby. We're going for the ship.
Made it to the playoffs, baby.
Did you see the sign at game day? I think it was that they were talking about Texas, and it said Texas is back to 6-6 over here.
No, I didn't see
not
that.
see that. No.
I did not. I saw that Texas Tech beat up on West Virginia. That's right. We might get a bowl game, baby. Now who's back? Rack 'em. No, I think
I saw something like bowl predictions. They said Texas Tech versus Texas.
Ooh,
I
that'll be cool.
I just want A&M.
That's what I want. So you can rub it in.
I don't care if they lose or not. I just want to see that game.
Okay.
I would definitely go buy tickets to go watch that game if it came out.
It's watch it be like Texas Longhorns versus Texas A&M Aggies in California.
Oh.
They don't do it in Texas. I was just like, what the fuck, bro?
What are you doing? Fuck it, I'll go.
I'll go. I've never been. This should be fun.
Should be nice.
Yeah. I don't think that Texas Tech will make a bowl game despite my Raider Power shirt.
I tried
my
hardest.
Just because they play TCU, Kansas State, and Texas. And I think they can only lose one more game, if that. And they've lost to, Iowa State. Baylor. Is Baylor still undefeated? Did they win this weekend?
Yeah, they won 29-23 in the final and third overtime.
Oh, man. I'm pretty sure in colleges you'd be like, all right, by the second overtime, y'all have to use your punters at quarterback.
Everyone's blindfolded.
And everyone's blindfolded, and you got to use a basketball. Ready, break.
Right.
Well, they do that new thing now where, if you get to either fourth or fifth overtime, you have to only 2-point conversions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a high shootout, which is
They're
weird.
like that LSU coach was sitting in Gatorade for too long last year. he got a rash.
We are not going to have that again. So how did your Wisconsin team do, Nico?
They won.
Did they win?
Yeah, they won. It was a little too close for comfort, but they won.
They pulled it out.
Yeah, and now they might not even make it to the Big Ten championship. They need not only to beat Minnesota, who's still undefeated, even though they haven't played a high school team this year, but also Minnesota has to lose next week against Iowa. So they have to root for Iowa this week, who they just beat, and then they also have to beat, I guess, a pretty tough Michigan team or Minnesota team. And then go to the Big Ten championship, and then possibly beat another tough team, probably Ohio State.
We'll see.
But
you have no faith?
I thought I didn't think they were going to be even. I thought they might be in the 20s, but they're still 13.
Yeah, they did fall pretty far.
I guess they should go up because there were some losses. I don't know. Maybe not.
We'll see.
I don't think Alabama's not dropping out of the top 10.
No.
And
I think Minnesota will jump into the top 10 after going after beating Penn State because they were 17th, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird for an undefeated team to be like, oh yeah, you guys are undefeated, but we're gonna put you back.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of Big East teams that are now in the Big Ten. So they got to play Rutgers and Maryland. So they their schedule is now getting tough.
Right, but still going undefeated is
exactly
is not an easy thing to do. So I think putting them 17th was kind of
some disrespect.
Right, but they did that to UCF too, and so I guess it's just kind of how they do things.
Dude, that
people
UCF
are going to be mad no matter what they do anyway. So
that's why they need to expand the playoffs, baby.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
I'm all for
Every
it. They're
college football team deserves to get in.
Yes, bro. Let's have a big old
year
March
round.
Madness tournament. January Madness, baby.
Oh my
It's
god.
just year round though, so it starts in January, ends in December.
Hell yeah. To find
All
out
right,
who's
I'm
really.
down.
We are the band for the boys. All right, here we go.
We need to start a petition. All right.
Yeah.
I'll be the first one to sign it. Let's go.
And nobody gets paid.
No.
Nobody. Referees don't. Coaches don't.
No. No, it's all for glory. Yeah, what are you paying your coach if it's all for glory?
Come on, Tebow.
Nick Saban does his stuff for free. He's got $5. That's so much glory. That's way more than any amount of money. Actually, I think he needs to pay the university for how much glory he's gotten because of them.
So dumb.
Yeah, I think it's pretty stupid. Anyways, NCAA, you suck, but we will still play the game.
But we.
Once it comes out, yeah, I'm
Game.
still gonna buy it,
Yes.
but I'm gonna be a little upset about it.
You
Anyway,
can suspend whoever you want as long as you continue to make the game.
dude, I don't even care, bro. I can't wait till XFL or 2K XFL and all the good players are going to the XFL to get paid, baby, instead of going to freaking.
Get paid what? They get like a
NCAA.
paid like a $50,000 salary or something like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, and you don't have to pay for tuition because you're gonna go to the pros. Sounds pretty good.
A lot of people are dropping out. They're like, "Oh, that's not what you said." So I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. Go. And then the Rock's gonna play in the XFL
The Rock's
also.
coming back. It's gonna
Yeah.
be really nice.
He's gonna play defensive end. Brock Lesnar can finally make it onto a football team.
That's what he's been training for this whole time.
Reigns.
And Roman, everybody.
John Cena's gonna play guard. It's gonna be good. He played Division III football.
They're gonna have a
Yeah.
Royal Rumble type football game. It's gonna be pretty crazy.
Dude, hell
They're a good
yeah!
team.
I don't
Love
even.
it.
I don't even. Woo, XFL. Bob Stoops is gonna be the head coach of the Dallas team, and I don't understand
I think
what's.
he may leave though
Huh?
already because Florida State. He's like the top candidate to get the Florida State job. Too.
But you said Vince is like, but you said.
Yeah, but
I don't know why they don't just make. They could have made a football team in San Antonio. They saw how good, like the what was the AAF or AFL? What was it
Yeah,
called?
they should just copy the AFL's obviously stellar track record. All their
No,
players.
but the San Antonio
Cost
team
money
was
like,
the,
what,
like the
week
most
5?
profitable one.
Oh,
Like
okay.
they're obviously there's something everybody wants a football team here, other than UTSA. It doesn't really do that good, but
yeah, they put
talk
a
about-
14 against him.
Look,
Nah, wow.
they just started like a couple years ago. Like, give them some time, okay? Everyone else has 150 years on them.
But San Antonio's dying for a professional team, and they saw that
Yeah.
with the AFL. Like the attendance record was the best in San Antonio. There was like almost, I don't know if it was a full crowd, probably not, but there was a good amount of people every time I watched them.
It wasn't just the parents of the players.
Yeah, you know, people actually want a football.
That's how we do it here in
team.
Texas,
They
boy.
should.
Everybody
Not just
comes to
because
the
I
games.
live here and it would be nice, but you know, it's just good.
Not just because those cowboy games are super expensive. Not just- Alamo Dome has reasonably priced beer.
It actually doesn't. It's all the same.
All right, I'm sorry, I didn't know. But
yes.
I totally see that. Who wouldn't love to go to a San Antonio pro football game where you see Johnny Manziel throwing the ball to Antonio Brown? I'm down for it.
You know,
I shall be available for it. I don't know how great it would be.
I might even try out. You know.
Yeah, I mean, if Kyle Allen can do it, I'm starting warming up my arm.
I'm gonna start
Here we go. All right, so I got the NFL. Is up next. It's on tap. Do you guys want? Wait, before we go, do you guys want to do your top 4? Whatever you think the playoffs are going to be, the top 4 teams in NCAA on Tuesday. Who do you think they're going to say?
One LSU,
Okay, we're going out on a limb.
2 Ohio State,
Yeah.
3 Clemson.
4. Who is
4? You know
wait,
what? I'm
who
going to
is
say
6?
they're going to put
Georgia?
a Pac-12 team in.
Georgia, yeah.
I'm going to say they're going to put Oregon in the top 4.
All right. Well, now you just made onto another segment on the show, Nambisser. They're not going to put. No,
I mean,
I'm just kidding.
hang on, but look at the losses of each one-loss team. Oregon lost to a good Auburn team.
Okay.
Georgia lost to South Carolina at home at Georgia, who just got beat at home by Appalachian State.
Hey, that team's pretty good. I saw them beat Michigan once.
Good team.
Yeah, they've won championships in the other one.
In that one division.
I don't know what it's called. FCS, FB, the other league with initials. I saw it.
All right, I'm not going to go outrageous with my picks. I'm just going Ohio State, LSU, Clemson, and Georgia.
Yeah, that's how I'd say. But I would put LSU 1 because they just beat 2 or 3, whichever one it was.
Yeah. Whichever one.
Yeah, LSU, Ohio State, Clemson, and then Georgia. They just love those SEC teams. They can't get enough of them.
They do, because the SEC's the best.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. They beat up on the other teams anytime they play. So, hey,
there's always like 4 or 5 in the top 10 every year. So.
And then everybody else is like, "We beat them that one time. You remember? It was great."
Like 7 years ago.
Yeah, it's super cool. Anyways, oh yeah, UCF 4. That's gonna be my pick.
UCF 4?
Yeah.
UCF 4. I like it.
No, Minnesota 4. Boom. They beat 4. They get 4.
Texas Tech 4. Boom.
Texas Tech ball rate of power. Yeah. All right, let's get on over to the NFL.
One other thing real quick before we move on to the NFL.
Okay.
Jump into my favorite side of college.
Oh yeah.
With the #1 team in the nation, your boys, Kentucky, pulling out the big win against Michigan State.
Ooh, I have also another thing about Kentucky. I lost my chance of getting a ticket when they come to Lubbock. Huh?
What do you mean?
Because you have to go to 5 of these no-name teams' home games to secure your spot for whatever Kentucky Texas Tech play. Yeah, so I didn't go to the first 2 home games because I worked. But I couldn't go. And then I thought it was like you just go to one of those. No, you have to go to all 5 to secure your spot. And they're like, yeah, you can still go. You have to wait for 3 hours and you might not even get in. And then I was just like,
the bad part is, I'm going to the Kentucky Vandy football game Saturday because it's in Nashville. And that was like $20 like for the ticket because both teams are not that great. But then you look at like, oh, hey, let's go watch Kentucky play Vanderbilt in basketball, and like the cheapest ticket is like $150, and it's like, oh, never mind.
See,
actually, like it's cheaper for me. It's only cheaper for me to buy season tickets for Vanderbilt just to go to that one game because I only pay like $110, and I can go to every home game. So I'm like, I can sell these tickets, make my money back, and go to the Kentucky game. So that's what I do every year.
Hell yeah! What was I gonna say? Yeah. Oh, but our tickets for the game are free. If you have a student ID, you can they swipe it and you can just get in the game for free. So there's also so it's really great. But you have to go to these so many logistical issues with that. Like so there's no like assigned seats.
I think we played Texas Tech in like January.
I think
it's like the Big 12 SEC challenge thing that they always make us play Kansas, and this year they're like, oh, you go play Texas Tech.
Sweet. The defending national champions runner-up.
Pretty good.
Dude. But that was crazy. That game was crazy, though. Went in overtime. That was sick.
I was cheering for Texas Tech.
Huh?
I was cheering for Texas Tech.
Ah, thanks, man. So was everyone.
We needed it.
They destroyed the whole city. Anyways, let's move on to the NFL. I
gotta say no.
What are you gonna talk about?
My damn defense for the Saints.
You know what? You just go ahead, get on your soapbox. We're gonna go ahead and sit back and listen. Go ahead, get up on it.
All right. I'm not saying our offense looked like trash. I don't know what was going on. How did the Falcons were able to rush like only 3 guys sometimes and just get to Drew Brees? I don't understand. Sometimes this man was holding the ball for too long. Halfway through, didn't want to say it, but I was like, put Teddy Bridgewater back in, please.
But it Taysom Hill, let's get it. I saw him do a back door or a back shoulder fade. They're like, this is their gimmick quarterback over here.
Yeah, he did a nice little back fade to Thomas, and he had that nice little toe drag swag over there. It was pretty good. But the defense kept getting damn hands to the face. Like after the first one, you would think, all right, let me not put my hands up there anymore. But no, it kept on happening on third downs. Like especially, I was like, oh, this is like we got him. Third and like 10, hands to the face, first down. Or sometimes it would be which one was another one? Where it was like, oh, going to be fourth down because there was an incomplete pass, and then hands to the face, of course.
Oh, don't forget the time about how they ran into the kicker.
All right.
Ran into the punter.
You don't think I know? All right, how many times they could have stopped
I was
them,
just,
but they
I was just trying to help you tell the story.
But the Saints beat themselves, and I always say they don't play. I guess they always have a hard time against the Falcons, no matter how good the Falcons are. For some odd reason, it's just
they're going up against the greatest quarterback of all time.
Matt Ryan just does great.
Matty ice in his veins.
But also,
he was like, let me take off last week so I can come in here and just whip on the Saints.
But also, before they had Marshawn Lattimore on Julio Jones, and that man didn't catch a ball. But then Marshawn Lattimore got hurt, so he didn't get to play. And then he just tore up against that Eli Apple and P.J. Williams. He just
By the way,
tore
thank
up
you for
against
the
him.
fantasy points, Julio Jones. I appreciate that.
He was locked up in that first half, and I was like, "Oh, this is so good! Like Marshawn Lattimore is so good," and then he got hurt, and then penalties, and then not completing passes, and sacks, and all these other things, and we lost.
Let those Falcons fly, the dirty birds fly.
For the NFC South, Panthers lost, Saints lost. I don't know about the Bucks. I didn't watch them.
They won. They beat the Arizona Cardinals. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. But yeah, that was my little soapbox moment. I'm going off. Anybody else? Extra?
Michael Thomas did great as well. That man's a gem. I just wish he would score more touchdowns.
No, he does great in the PPR league.
Well, guess what? The other league is a PPR.
I have him in PPR league.
Well, I don't have him in PPR. I have him in regular league, and he just has 100-yard games. I feel like they're always wasted when he doesn't get a touchdown also.
I think they said he was the fastest player in NFL history to get 400 receptions.
Well, I appreciate it, but I just wish he would get in the end zone sometimes too. Because then when freaking other guy gets just like 4 yards and then also a touchdown, it's like, why is this even close? You had a way better day than this guy.
And it's like almost the same score.
Yeah, it's just...
that's why I've been advocating for PPR league in our regular
Well, we're definitely
fantasy.
We're moving to it, no doubt in my mind.
You have no one to blame but yourself, Nico.
Well, I'm going to pretend to blame somebody else. So I want to talk about the best game I saw in the NFL this week, and it's definitely not that Sunday Night Football game. We're not talking about it. Just kidding. This is a podcast. This is what we have to do. But the other thing is, the best game I saw this week, and you're gonna love this. It's Titans versus the Chiefs.
It was great.
It was
perfect. It was
a
beautiful.
great game, and I'm not just saying that because I started Ryan Tannehill. Because Deshaun Watson was on bye. And I'm not just saying it because I have Tyreek Hill and he had a great game despite the loss.
He did.
And I'm not just saying that because I have Damian Williams as well. And he also had an okay game, but damn, you shouldn't have fumbled, you fool.
Yeah. See,
I feel like you're saying you're not just bad. I feel like those are all the
No, I'm not just. I'm saying it because it was a team that you don't think had a chance. They are that you wouldn't think like if this game was played on paper, Chiefs would the Chiefs would have ran all over them. Correct.
Like Patrick Mahomes first came back from injury. He's been chilling, warming up, getting ready for it. Which he had a massive game, whatever. I'm just really happy that the Chiefs' defense is straight up trash. They could not stop Derrick Henry at all. Like, at all.
Yeah. I was getting a little mad at that. I was like, tackle that guy so Ryan Tannehill's a throw.
I loved it. He was just popping people every time. It was great. But no, like, I think, like, because I think Derrick Henry, this was one of his, like, best games, but I think he does this consistently enough that I think he's one of the top 5 best running backs in the league. I'm biased. I understand that. That's fine, whatever. But I still think he's, like, one of the best running backs in the league by far.
He's definitely really good. Top 5? I don't know. But I will say that when he was coming out, what I wanted the Cowboys to do, not what they did. I didn't want them to take Zeke at 6, and I think they got Jalen Smith with their second round pick, and both of those picks pretty good. But what I had wanted when it was happening, I was like, get Jalen Ramsey with that 6th pick, and then you get Derrick Henry in the second round. That's what I wanted. But it didn't turn out that way. All those players I mentioned, great players. So so it doesn't matter.
It would have been fine any combination you got.
Yes. But that's just what I wanted. I definitely, I just looked at Derrick Henry and I was just like, he's huge.
Look at him. Who's going to stop him?
Yeah.
And he's agile, too.
Yes. He's great. And I think the fact that Ryan Tannehill can complete passes or doesn't, just whatever he does, whatever he brings to the table that Marcus Mariota does not, just really, for a run and pass, you do one to set up the other one, and it's just giving him a little space, and that's all he needs.
That's the thing about, Marcus was great at running, but you knew he was going to run because he can't throw. So, just leave a QB spy and then just make him throw, and then you're he's not going to be able to do anything. Tannehill can throw the ball, and then you forget that he can run a little bit.
Just a little.
Just a little
bit. He had 33 yards, I think.
Matt Ryan was running all over the Saints. I didn't like that.
I know, and that's because he had a bum ankle, too.
No, I'm done. Okay, all right. I shouldn't have brought it up.
Dude,
it's my fault.
But Ryan, talk about the will to win. I give Ryan Tannehill a lot of flack. I sure do. But, man, when I put him in, I was nervous. I was waiting until Sunday morning to hear that Matthew Stafford was starting, and I was going to take him out and put Matthew Stafford in. Matthew Stafford, he's going to turn into RoboCop. They're going to have to rebuild him. Whatever. But so I was like, dang it, I might have to go with Ryan Tannehill. And then I looked at everybody else. I'm like, no, trust your gut. Ryan Tannehill, you got this. After that first fumble, I was like, damn it. Why did I trust Ryan Tannehill? Never done nothing in his whole life, Ryan Tannehill. So I was feeling pretty bad about it. Goes down, I think after 1 or 2 series later, goes down, throws a touchdown. Sweet. And then they get back in it. I was like, oh, snap. This is a game. How is this a game? Tyreek Hill is so fast, nobody can catch him. I don't know what's happening. And then, Travis Kelce. Okay. But then, and then Damian Williams, it couldn't have been another one of their running backs. Had to be my running back. Fumbled it. and then they took it back for a touchdown. Okay. Titans are hanging around. They're in the lead right now. And then he gets a chance. I think there's a touchdown. They're down by a touchdown, down by 4 or something weird like that. It's 3rd down, get sacked. 4th and 17, and Mike Vrabel's like, screw it, maybe we get something lucky. Let's go for it. He's like, it doesn't matter where we are in the field. We have to stop Patrick Mahomes either way. Goes for it, incomplete pass, or was it short? Don't remember. And then, turnover on downs. And the Chiefs don't get a first down. For whatever reason, they were trying to pass it. It was super weird. Just run the ball because I have Damian Williams, whatever. And then they go for the field goal, and the weirdest field goal I have ever seen. Yeah. Actually, it's the second weirdest field goal I've ever seen as a Cowboys fan. Guy doesn't handle the snap right, and he does because the snapper just snaps it. The holder was not ready for it, and he got super scared because he saw 300-pound men running after him, and he threw that thing. He threw that thing to the moon. Got intentional grounding, and then I love it. I was blaming the snapper. What the fuck, bro? Why'd you make me throw that ball? It was super funny. And then so it's like, okay, this is what you want, right? You played a win, so that's why you went for it on 4th down. Now you're rewarded. Now you get the ball back after pretty good field position. And then it's 1st and 10 or whatever. The pressure's there. He got sacked on the second to last play of the last drive. So he runs up, and then he freaking gets the first down, man. It's Ryan Tannehill. No wheels Ryan Tannehill. Goes and it just runs for his life. Gets the first down, and everybody knows when you're trying to drive down, the hardest first down is the first one. So he gets the first one, and then I think he scores in the next 2 plays. And I don't know what that Chiefs defense was doing, playing zone, playing playing prevent on the
patty cake.
20.
That's what they're playing. Patty cake, all right?
They're playing patty cake over there, and they just let him run in. Ryan Tannehill throws a strike. But like we were saying, maybe Marcus Mariota wasn't the problem, but he wasn't putting them in the position to win.
He was not the solution.
Yeah.
No.
So Ryan Tannehill put them in the position to win.
Yeah.
This is another time where he's done this. And then they're trying to get the 2-point conversion, and Ryan Tannehill, he got stopped. Let's be real. He got stopped. But then he kept pumping his legs, and he got into that end zone because he will not be denied. That was the will to win. When I saw that, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm glad I picked this man. And it was super cool. And then the Chiefs, I was like, okay, well, Ryan, you got me 18 points. That's all I could ask for you. Very much appreciated. You will be sent off to the free agency market when I get Deshaun Watson back. but I appreciate you.
You did
You better
great.
get comfortable this year, but I'm pretty sure this will be last year in Nashville.
Oh yeah, probably.
Because I think they're probably going to try to pick up either Burrow or Tua, whoever's still around.
Wherever the Titans end up, if he keeps on winning these games, he's gonna ruin it for him.
You don't think you're gonna win the Super Bowl? Come on.
No, not at all.
Not
I'm so realistic. I'm not that crazy.
And then so they go Chiefs, of course, in regular Patrick Mahomes fashion. It gets him into field goal range. A play earlier than you thought it would have happened. And then they try for the field goal. And what do the Titans do with that will to win?
He timed it perfectly.
He goes and they block the field goal. And he's like, should I run for the touchdown? Actually, it looks like a far away. I'm just going to take the knee because we won.
This is great.
It was a great game. That's what football's all about. You don't play it on paper because the Cowboys should win more games if that was the case. But that was a great game, and that was the best game I saw on Sunday.
Yep.
Didn't watch any other games than that. But you know what I did see? Freaking also talking about the LSU spin move, Lamar Jackson with that spin move, juking out like 2 or 3 defenders. I was like, oh, that man is so dirty.
Can we just give him the MVP now?
Yeah, that man
do we have to wait?
Something else in this NFL league.
I went against Lamar Jackson in both fantasy leagues this week, okay? There's nothing I could do.
Shout out to the Steelers defense for getting me 22 points. Thank you, guys. All right, I appreciate it.
In one of those leagues, I was going against Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know if you guys knew this, but those are the same team, and they both got to go against the Bengals.
And so it was an easy week.
It was hard to watch, and all I could hope for is that they would blow him out early and they would put RG3 in. And I don't think, and RG3 was put in like midway through the third quarter, like it was Boise State against one of those ass teams that they always play in the Mountain West. And so, thank you, but no, thank you, Lamar Jackson.
Thank you, Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton didn't play. He got benched. It was Ryan Finley, who I was like, oh, okay, like it's okay that their defense does good. Oh, wait, I'm going against the defense, and he just fumbled it, scooped, and scored.
A great time.
Oh, man, it was rough. It was rough. But I'm in the lead by 13. He has Chris Carson and Tyler Lockett to play, but I also have Tevin Coleman to play. Lots riding on this Monday Night Football game. Let's just say that.
So you don't want to talk about your Cowboys?
We'll talk about the Cowboys, and then we'll go into the 10 minutes, and then we'll get out of here.
Well, here, we'll talk about... Did you watch any of the Packers and Rams?
Should have stopped the game. It was too snowy. That's why the Panthers lost.
I'm glad the Panthers lost. It's fine.
It was like the Packers had won, and then they called an offside on basically everybody. On like the defensive line was like offset. It was like 4th and 1, and they stopped them. So they ended up picking up the first down, and then gets to like the goal line, and then couldn't win.
Yeah, that was a touchdown because I have Christian McCaffrey. It should have been a touchdown.
It should have been a touchdown. He carried him into there.
He was short.
We all saw.
He was short.
I think we couldn't see, bro. But yeah, definitely shouldn't have overturned it for sure. But we couldn't really see it either. So
yeah, however it was called in the field was going to be what it was.
Yeah, more than likely he was short. But but if we could if they could erase all the bodies in my head, like I was like, maybe if they could call Dez's not catch, maybe they could overturn this too. Because
You had hope.
they're all fucking stupid in Green Bay. I'm just kidding. No, I like a lot of people who like the Packers. A lot of Packers fans are good friends of mine. I just don't like the Packers, and I can't help it. I was telling Gabby that I shouldn't like root for the Panthers right now, because what if the Cowboys have to play them in the playoffs? Probably not gonna happen. But what if they do have to play them in the playoffs, and then I ruined all my bad juju on the Packers for these other teams? And she was like, okay. And then they did something. I was like, man, the Packers suck. Boo. And she was like, what? Why are you still rooting against them? I was like, I can't help it.
You don't understand.
I tried.
I was born this way, okay?
Yeah, but that was a really good game. Like there was like all the games in the first, or I guess all the games were decided by, except for 2, were decided by like 7 points or less, which was insane.
Yeah,
a lot of good games.
I didn't get to watch much of the midway games because I was driving back to San Antonio, but they seemed like a lot better, especially than the Saints game that I watched. I got to watch that game and then the Cowboys game, which was actually pretty close.
Yeah, it didn't feel close. We got a couple stuff in the chat. This will be a perfect segue. I'll mention that comment last. And then he's like, all these Aggie QBs. I know, right? And that's because 2 of them didn't even finish with the Aggies. Yeah, Kyle Allen, Kyler Murray, and Ryan Tannehill actually finished. Actually graduated. Where is Brian? The title of your stream says featuring Brian. What the bloody hell is going on? Doesn't say that. You're trying to make me look. You didn't get me. Rice Kuz Judono says, "Sup, man? You are talking my language. Go Broncos." Okay, what did the Broncos play this week? I don't know. I feel like they were on a bye.
Yeah, they play. I know they play the Vikings next week.
Okay, I don't think they played this week because we're talking about how Brandon Allen, another Allen. There's 3 Allens in the league right now. But he got his first start and first win last week, so that was very cool.
Very nice.
But also Browns trash ?
I thought they were going to be better than they were. I don't know. I guess it was just like a lot of hype, depending on who they got. But
I mean, they beat the Bills.
They did beat the Bills. I had their defense in the YouTube league, and I was like, what's going on, Baker? You usually throw more interceptions than this. And
you got any more of those interceptions on you?
Yeah, you got any more of those interceptions, bro? Where'd those go? No, but they had a almost fumble. It was one of those like wide receiver in motions, like on an end around. The quarterback grabs it and tosses it in front of him. But that fell to the ground, but they called it an incomplete pass. But if it wasn't an incomplete pass, the Bills player picked it up and scored a touchdown. And I had the Bills defense. I'm like, no, come on. I know the rules, but just mess up. You guys mess up all the time. Yeah, it was nuts. Yeah, we had a bye. Yeah, okay. We just wanted to make sure. I was like, I don't remember playing any Broncos players in fantasy. But yeah, I was like, I feel like I watch every game. But talk about we'll move on to the Vikings and the Cowboys. The Vikings running game could not be stopped by the Cowboys. They got up 14-0. I think the big reason why they were up 14-0 is because there was a big mismatch between the safeties and one Kyle Rudolph.
That man is huge.
He was huge. He scored 2 touchdowns and he had a 2-point conversion. And when he did it, like he would catch the ball and just stare him down. Like it would just be
nasty. When he caught that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, that 2-point conversion. Nasty. It was nasty. It was so nasty. Yeah, he looked like a little. It looks like when I play with Ty. Like when we're like you look like he was playing a child. And there's just nothing you could do about that. There is a little thing you could do about it. You could scheme differently. Maybe put somebody else on him. But you know, what do I know? And Cowboys blow a great performance by Dak. Dak throws 3 touchdowns, get like over 300 yards. And I believe on that last drive, 14-0. They bring it back 14-14, 17-14 by the half. I believe it was something like 2014. By the end of the third, Cowboys score 21-20. But in the middle of the fourth quarter, of course, the Vikings go. There's a lot of times where the Cowboys had them stopped and they decided to, let's jump off sides. Or do something like that. Or it was always something to keep the drive alive. And that Vikings team, I got to say, Dalvin Cook is looking like one of the most explosive running backs in the league right now.
Yeah, I haven't watched much of the Vikings game, but when I watched that game against the Cowboys, I was like, this guy's a freaking beast. And I know he's been leading, obviously, the league in rushing yards, but I was like, this guy is crazy. Like, the first guy could not take him down.
Yeah,
it was always like the second.
And then Amari Cooper was doing his best Michael Jackson impression all night.
Dude, I thought Amari Cooper, that's exactly what you need to happen. The running game, it wasn't working, right? It wasn't working, so they were throwing it, and they needed Randall Cobb and Amari Cooper to show up, and I believe they did when they were given the chance.
I was going to say, because Dak threw that, what was it, a 50-yard touchdown almost to Randall Cobb, who kind of had to go back for it. It was still a really good throw, but Randall Cobb still had to go around the cornerback to catch it, with his fingertips, and then brought it in.
Yeah, and Randall Cobb did have some drops. He played a great game. But there were some easy ones where I'm like, well, I feel like when you were going against the Cowboys and Aaron Rodgers was throwing you those balls, you were catching
everything.
And I don't understand why you've ever dropped one for the Cowboys. I still don't. I don't understand. I've never seen you fumble before. You did that last week. Why'd you do that? But there's a comment. It said, the Cowboys had no answers for the running backs, and I totally agree. They talk about it all the time on commentary, how great these linebackers are and blah, blah, blah. And I believe that. Vander Esch, I think, Vander Esch and Jalen Smith, I believe, are very good and some of the most athletic linebackers in the league. But I guess, is it scheme? What's going on? Why can't we tackle these guys? And every time
it's because they had that fullback. The fullback would always go on Vander Esch, and that was just good blocking the way they use their fullbacks. It was impressive.
Yeah, and my dad in the chat, his backup was impressive. Yes, Madison just kept pumping his legs, man. You got a 1-2 punch, even though you definitely got a number one back. But that Madison guy, he could be a starter on another team. He looked really good. So yeah, I believe that the Cowboys didn't have an answer, and then the Vikings adjusted at halftime, and it took the whole rest of the game for the Cowboys to adjust. And I don't know if they actually did.
And I don't know if Zeke ever got off the bus.
I don't know either. He wasn't having a good game.
Back on eating Cheerios or something, because he was nowhere to be found.
He wasn't having a good game, and on that last drive, it was getting me really mad. But before that, we got Mike Zimmerman, 4th and goal. What does he do? He goes for it, gets it. We got Jason Garrett, 4th and goal. What do you do? Kick a field goal even though you're down. Because Mike Zimmer, hey, you could just kick it, get the lead, whatever. And you're still good. Statistics say that you should do this. But Mike Zimmer's like, no, I'm going to go with my gut. Let's go ahead. I can feel the momentum. Let's give it to Dalvin Cook. Let's give it to our best player. They can't stop us 4 times in a row. And he was right. And then you got Jason Garrett getting cute at the goal line. 3rd down, I don't remember what they did. And then now it's 4th down. Let's just kick the field goal. We'll still be within a touchdown, even though you have been able to stop them all game. Yeah, let's do that.
That sounds great.
And then you get it. It's by some miracle they stop him, but I think it's because the Vikings had a false start or something like that, so they had to start 1st and 15, and they're just going to run the ball. And then the Cowboys go and they get it on 1st and 10. They get 7 yards or something like that. But you can see the Vikings players were giving them a 10-yard cushion. They're on the 20. They're going to let you score so they can have time for Kirk Cousins to get in field goal range. That's what they want. Yeah. And they go down. They don't even go and touch Amari Cooper. But Amari Cooper gives the ball to the ref. I was like, they're trying to let you score. And then on the next play, hand it off to Zeke. It gets tackled in the backfield. And they're like, oh, it's 3rd down. Maybe we can stop them. And then they're like, all right, line up, even though we're trying to run out the clock because we're trying to get cute. We're overthinking it. First, you got to score before you can run out the clock. And so when they get the ball back, they don't have a lot of time. How about just score the touchdown? Let's not play around here. And 3rd down, someone misses their block, or the defensive tackle just knew what they were going to do. Fourth down. We might have miscalculated. We probably should have just been trying to score a touchdown on the thing that's been working all game, which is the passing game, which is Dak Prescott. Maybe not Ezekiel Elliott, because sometimes you need to do that. You need to focus on what's working. That's good coaching. Like, you lean on your stars. That's why you pay them all that money. But I guess they're not even paying Dak, so... fourth down, and you see Dak, he's like, hey, Zeke, run this route. But you could see him try to talk to Kellen Moore, try to get that Kelevation. It's a Kellen depression right now. And Jason Garrett's there. I'm sure he's clapping for both of them to do well. And they force it into Ezekiel Elliott because I'm pretty sure that was a play. That was his read. And guess what? There's one of the better linebackers in the league, and all you had to do was swat it down, and now you lost the game. Sure, you get it back with 17 seconds. Great job. Yeah, what a way to design that. It's the second time this year you get it in prime time with not a lot of time, and you're like, oh no, but we can get a Hail Mary maybe. You can't.
Go out there, Dak.
There's a reason it's called a Hail Mary. Like, it's not something that you can just get.
Unless you're Aaron Rodgers. But that's nothing.
Oh, jeez. Don't I know it?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but like Dak can't throw it. Like Dak had an arm, but Dak can't throw it like 75 yards in the air.
But he did. It got to the end zone.
He got it down there.
He touched like the back of the end zone too, didn't he?
Yeah, but it's just like that's not a way to win the game. Like that shouldn't be.
That's not what you.
That shouldn't be the plan.
Yeah, that's your last resort. That's like when everything else you have to do it. Like, that's why I hate when you're down by 1 or 2 playing for the field goal. Like, I hate playing for field goals because field goal kickers today suck. It's like for the touchdown and then like figure everything out from there instead of playing for the field goal and then you missed it because that's what they do now.
Yep. All right. I just want to read the rest of these comments. Zeke played timid. They had his number. I agree. That's kind of how I was feeling.
Yeah.
They had Lee covered, the tight end, clear mismatch, 2 touchdowns. Yeah. He got scored. Frank the Tank said, sup? Need more Blake Jarwin? Yes. Because Blake Jarwin, I love Jason Witten to death. I love him more than I should for a person I don't even know. But Blake Jarwin, like, he's more athletic. He's a tall, big guy. Get him involved in the offense. The whole reason you have tight ends, the reason that position blew up is because it creates mismatches. You want to know how I know? Because I watch the Cowboys defense, and I see all the mismatches.
I see it work all the time.
Garrett might not have a job this week or have a job next year. I wish that were the case. I like Jason Garrett a lot. Great guy. But I don't think a great guy
loves him too much.
He sure does. I like Jason Garrett. Great guy. I'm just not sure if you being a great guy makes you a great head coach in the NFL. Because Bill Belichick just seems like a big old
jerk.
Mean guy.
Yeah.
But boy, does he win Super Bowls.
And that's okay.
And that's okay. Who you got tonight? What a great segue. Thank you, Rice 320G. Because you don't know. Rolls right off the top.
Take my pick first. I think the Seahawks are going to upset the 49ers.
Ooh.
I feel it. I don't know why.
Andy,
Russell
who you got?
Wilson has been doing good. I feel like he's going to do it.
I've got the Seahawks as well. I think the Seahawks are going to win by 10 at least. And I think Russell Wilson is going to prove that he should be in the MVP discussion.
He's going to throw a touchdown pass to Chris Carson and Tyler Lockett at the same time.
I don't like that. Since you guys are both going Seahawks, I'm going to go 49ers. Winning by 2.
Typical guy. This guy.
Somebody has to go. Someone has to be different. Or else it's not fun. Or
it's
else
like wrestling predictions all over again.
It's all right. We have to do predictions this week before this weekend. We're not doing them right now. For Survivor Series. Is it Survivor Series this weekend?
It's in 2 weeks, isn't it? It's 2 weeks.
Oh.
It's not till like the end of November, because I'll be there.
Okay, then I guess, then you should definitely know. I don't know.
I get to watch Ray and Brock. That'll be fun.
I'm very excited for you, dude. That is so cool. Yeah. Dude, you gotta, if you don't have to put, subscribe to DorksNextDoor or anything like that, or New World Nerds, or Balling with the Boys, but you should put, Simon, give this an up.
Yeah. You know, I might do that because I think we're sitting on camera side, like hard side. So
nice.
I might be. I'll make a sign or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Block the person's view behind you. Who cares?
Yeah. Who cares?
Who cares? Screw him.
This is for Simon Miller, man.
Yeah. This is to get an up. Get the golden up, baby. Dude, I'm so excited. All right, let's put 10 minutes on the clock. Or should we do 5 minutes?
Yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Or Justin's already trying to get out of here. All right. All right, 5 minutes, and that'll be it. And then we'll be done. Any last thoughts about the NFL? I know I've been hogging it this whole time, but I had to just vent about the Cowboys.
Nah, not that I
no.
All right.
vented about my Saints, so that's all I needed.
And I feel like I was celebrating your Titans, Andy. I felt like that's
Thank
what I
you.
was doing. I was more celebrating my backup quarterback's fantasy day. But it had something to do with Tannehill, I'm sure. Or the Titans as a whole. All right, ready? We're starting it. Welcome back to Sweatman Slam. This is our 5-minute segment where we talk about wrestling. WWE, AEW, don't matter. You got wrestling stuff? Put it in the chat. Here we go. I'm starting it now. Andy, what you got?
The John Moxley versus Kenny Omega lights out match at Full Gear was absolutely insane.
Gonna give that
Did
an
you get
up.
to watch any of the highlights of it?
I didn't. I just saw the ups and downs for it, and like just hearing
Yeah.
about the barbed wire thing,
So-
and they couldn't even get off of it.
The barbed wire bed thing was like one of the worst spots because both guys got trapped in it, and then like security had to help get them out, and so like you could see like
Hell
clothes
yeah.
ripping and like their flesh ripping as they're taking it off. The worst one though was obviously John Moxley had his Barbie baseball barbed wire bat, and then Kenny had his broom wrapped with barbed wire, and John went to do a suicide dive, and Kenny had the baseball bat and hit John on the top of the head and hit like the back of his head, and all of a sudden like his face was just red, like red with blood. And this was like the first 2 minutes of the match, and then they had to go from there. They also had broken glass that they like went through. They tore the ring apart, and Kenny Omega did a Phoenix splash from the top rope and landed face first onto the wood, and then got
Hell
pinned that way.
yeah.
So it was just it was a brutal, epic match, but it was really, really cool.
I didn't know there was wood under the ring until the Nexus invaded.
I didn't either, actually.
But yeah, it sounds like a really awesome match. The only thing that would have made it better is if before they went on the barbed wire fence, they were like, "Oh, leave a like that below. I hope you like it. Fuck this shit." And then you would have seen it. It made it better. Reference to Superhuman.
See that guy, Superman?
Dude, I love that guy.
Great. It's great.
I watched him do an elbow drop onto a freaking microwave. Oh my god,
That one hurt.
yeah. He was like,
That one was rough. Yeah.
I was like, "You fool! Why'd you do that? I love it."
I love you, crazy man.
Okay, AW, super cool. We're going to go back to WWE, and I would like to say that the NXT invasion is some of the most fun stuff we've gotten other than The Fiend in a long time. Speaking of The Fiend attacked Daniel Bryan on SmackDown.
Oh, I heard about
And
it.
I heard, I think this was great because I was expecting it to be The Miz, and now it's it's Daniel Bryan instead. And I don't think they'll tap into the history between Daniel Bryan and Bray Wyatt because why would they? They're WWE, and then this is going to be
they
like,
might.
put his hand down his mouth. That's such good shit. let's just do and then Baron's going to bring out poop bags. It's going to be great. It's such good shit. Chihuahuas, people love Chihuahuas.
Bray did tweet up though. He always hated a trigger, and then tagged Daniel Bryan in it from their Wyatt family days. So they may bring it up. Who knows?
Who knows?
If Bray has anything to do with it, they'll definitely bring it up. But
Hope so. All I want, but can we get a redesign for the Universal title? Because when Brock, at Crown Jewel, whenever he put up the title, I was like, "Oh, that looks way better
That looks
than
good."
the Universal title." I don't know why. The Universal title just looks silly. It looks like a
Bray
silly
needs
belt.
He needs a spooky belt.
Yeah, let's get a
That'd
spooky
be
belt.
nice, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
with,
he needs
with
like
Seth
a,
Rollins'
like-
eyes sewed shut on it.
Yes, exactly. Or he needs like a Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah, rambling
Design on the
rabbits
belt.
on it.
Yes, right in the middle. Rambling Rabbit right in the middle.
Yeah, all right, I dig it.
I
Let's
want
get
it.
that one. We got some cool variants like Daniel Bryan's hemp belt is great. Let's get some more variants in there.
Exactly.
Shouldn't just be the WWE. This shouldn't just be the belt that already looks good.
Massive W right in the middle.
Trying to think what else has happened. I know that Rusev's storyline sucks, but I've been
Yes, it
rooting
does.
for him so hard. So I guess
I
it's
know.
kind of working on me.
And-
Because when you look at it like a little meta, obviously
Yeah.
he's the good guy or everything like that. But also he's being done wrong by Lashley and Lana, but also he's getting done dirty by creative. So so I'm just like Rusev, let's go. And then Drew is even like, I'm not even messing with that. But
Drew was like, I'm done with this crap.
But I'm just rooting so hard for Rusev. And all I want is for Aiden English to come out with a steel chair and beat up both Lashley and Lana.
Yes. Did you have you seen any of the spoilers for tonight's Raw? Because they've been in England.
I did not.
It gets worse. The storyline gets worse.
Okay, I just saw that Imperium showed up, which was really cool. Do you think will they be involved in Survivor Series though?
Yeah, hopefully.
Or is it just like, oh, you guys we gave you guys an NXT, you guys like this?
What if they did like Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT versus UK NXT?
Like for the Survivor Series actual match? 5 seconds.
What do you say? One more time. Hurry, do it.
Okay. Yes, that'd be cool.
Okay.
All right, that's been 5. This has been. All right, do non-bissers. During the Giants and Jets tailgates, fans surround a car and a table. Fan on the top of the car downs a beer and jumps onto the Jets fan that's laying down on the table. I assume he lost a bet. Giants fan misses. He totally misses whatever he was trying to do. Swanton bomb or just belly flop, 5-star frog splash. Tadpole splash did not work. Non-bisser. And then Brown fans attempts elbow drop on a fold-out table. Did not know that wrestling is predetermined, and then the table did not move. Non-bisser.
No. And I got the Bengals defense trying to tackle Lamar Jackson. Non-bisser.
All right. This wound's still fresh. Oh, I got wait! I got another one right here. Daniel Jones. Oh, I'm gonna drop back. I'm gonna throw a touchdown right here. Oh wait, where's the ball? Jamal Adams takes it from him like stealing candy from a baby. It just pushes him down. He's like, you don't get to play anymore, and then he runs into the end zone. Watch that one. It's crazy for real.
I saw that one. I have an NBA one and then a football one. Eric Bledsoe for the Milwaukee Bucks was inbounding the ball. Then after he gives it to him, he forgot what part of the court he was on and who gave him the ball, and just started dribbling up the court like they were playing.
Hell yeah.
And so the ref was like, you cannot do that, and then gave the ball back to the other team.
Yeah. He crossed
and then Louisville cornerback was covering. I forget who they were playing this week. And the wide receiver ran in the middle of the field, and he followed him, and then all of a sudden decided just to run off to the right to the sideline because he thought the ball was heading there, and then turned around and saw the wide receiver catch it and just run into the end zone.
He's like,
nice.
So he literally did like a circle like a dog chasing his tail and then ran the other way. It was great.
So should we read out the comments, and then we'll go ahead and get out of here. Who y'all got tonight? San Francisco don't lose at home, but this is a good matchup. I agree. Got to see that defensive line can hold on to Carson. Not sure. But also, can Chris Carson continue to hold on to the ball because he had problems with it and it got me mad. Seahawks win tonight. Rob, NFL football says Seahawks win tonight.
Hell yeah.
I agree. Oh, wait. No, I don't. I said 49ers.
Yeah.
I don't agree. I don't agree with you, sir. But you guys are here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can join us next Monday before Monday Night Football. Because we both know, you and I both know, I'm talking to you now. You and I both know that ESPN takes too long to kick off the damn ball. And this is where we come to talk about what happened yesterday. Maybe you don't have a water cooler at your work. You can't talk with your friends about it. This is we're going to be your water cooler. And if you miss this live,
we'll be your friends.
We'll be your friends. How you doing? You need to go to the airport? Well, Uber, obviously. But follow us on SoundCloud as well. We very much appreciate that. That's where we upload these after the live stream. So if you're listening to us in the future, hey, flying cars, am I right?
That kind of Seahawks win is pretty crazy, right? Yeah.
Wait. That fantasy football one was good, right? Right? What? That was hilarious. Brock Lesnar still rules the WWE. Ain't that the truth?
Unfortunately.
Shot Green 11 says, hi. Time to go see 49ers lose. Ooh.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm not going to be upset if that happens. I won't be. I don't like the 49ers. But it's just someone had to be different, okay? But if I'm right, then I was a genius, and I'm very clairvoyant, and I figured it out.
I never doubted it.
Okay. Andy, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at DorksNextDoor. Take out the E from next.
Do it.
And Ball Shindy on Twitter.
Yeah, there's a sports one.
Yes, that's the sports one.
Justin, where can they find you?
You can find me at NewWorld_Gamer. That's pretty much it.
And anywhere surveying a yard.
Surveying and
somewhere. You'll find him if you look hard enough and you believe. You can find us at Balled Boys on Twitter, also at New World Nerds on Twitter, because that's the big old sign behind me. If you guys are into Rick and Morty, apparently I'm going to be live streaming reviews after after every episode of the new season, because those live streams did amazing, and it feels really good, and I'm blushing a little bit because it was a lot of fun. It's really cool to see that. But yeah, follow us on YouTube at New World Nerds. Subscribe to that if you guys are into nerdy stuff like that. Thank you guys so much for joining. We very much appreciate it. I have no idea how you guys found us, but definitely subscribe and hit that notification bell so that way you guys can be reminded to come back and join us on Monday. Next Monday. It'll be a lot of fun, and hopefully the Cowboys beat the second-string quarterback of the Lions. Or wait, it's going to be Matthew Stafford, whatever. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Keep balling out there, baby boys. That was the best one the whole time.